Hey guys, in this one we're going to be looking at a new keyboard I've picked up recently to replace my broken one which I've had for a couple of years, this TechNet one here. Normally I'm not too bothered about brand or anything, which is why I've gone for another fairly budget one. I think this one's available for about £30 on Amazon. But this one has finally given up the ghost in one particular way. Everything else is fine, but this particular key, which as you can tell gets used an awful lot, is now acting a bit dodgy, so I can't hold it down and select multiple keys, which is something quite important for me when I'm kind of web designing and stuff, because in the text editor I use I need that so I can select multiple lines of code at once, etc, etc. Anyway, we're going to be taking a look at this new keyboard and seeing what the effects are like and if it's generally any good. First off, let's get it unboxed. Okay, let's have a look. Obviously the box it comes in is particularly bland, there's nothing too exciting on there, but at the end of the day it's just a box, so it doesn't really matter. Let's have a look. I don't expect there to be an awful lot in there, but we shall see. Okay, so we've got the usual cheap kind of polystyrene piece here, and obviously the main keyboard. So there's no software at all with this, it is all done via the keyboard, all the controls, which is absolutely fine. That's the same for my old keyboard. And I will say the weight of the keyboard is actually reassuring, that's probably the main word I would use. It's got quite a good heft to it, and overall the look of it I think is quite smart. Cable, oh yeah, okay, as you'd expect with a sort of semi-decent keyboard, the actual cable itself is that nice braided look here, which is pretty neat. But yeah, overall the packaging is incredibly utilitarian, but then it doesn't really need to be much else, and for the price I wouldn't really expect a lot more. But yeah, let's plug it in and actually see what this thing's like. Okay, so I've got it all plugged in, and my first impressions now it's lit up are very, very good, to be honest. I really like the lighting effect on it, and the fact that it has the little clear area around the side so you can see it bleed out the edge. The only thing I'm not impressed with initially, these lights here don't appear to change colour, and also the one thing I noticed is the actual keyboard didn't include a manual of any sort, so thankfully a quick Google has brought up some instructions with me, and it is fairly simple, but it would have been nice to have even just a small note in there just to tell me what to do. But the general way you would operate something like this, because it doesn't have software, you hold the function key here, and you've got 6 buttons here, obviously your insert controls, etc, and you can switch between the different modes by simply pressing these here. So we've got obviously the breathing mode, we've got just a fixed light, we've got this cool RGB kind of faded effect which I really like. I'm not sure I'd actually use on the day-to-day thing because well, if I'm trying to concentrate on work personally, because I've not had that before, I think I might find that a bit distracting. We've then got the kind of fade in and out effect, and obviously off. And the one thing which I wasn't expecting, but is quite a cool feature, again I'm not too sure if I'll actually use this too much on a day-to-day basis, is this mode here, which allows you to actually customize all the various areas of the keyboard to your liking. So once you're in this program mode here, which is the function and page up key, you'll know you're in there because you can see these flashing here. You can press between 1 and 5 to change the different areas of the keyboard as you wish, so you can make up your own colours, which is quite handy actually. So for instance I might want to have them all set to purple, which is my kind of usual colour, and then keep the end to something a bit different. That's quite cool. I could then maybe have this complement the colour of my mouse, which is also changeable, but that's something completely separate. I think that's quite neat, to be honest with you. I wasn't really expecting that. The only other thing to bear in mind is you also have control of the brightness as well, with the function going up and down. So when you're in one of the fixed modes here, you can actually make things brighter as you wish. I actually really like it, to be honest with you. That's for the RGB effect anyway. My old keyboard I've had for about 2 years. That was pretty good, pretty basic. I probably wouldn't have bothered looking for a new one if it wasn't for the fact that this key broke, but as a replacement, this one, yeah, pretty sweet so far. As for actually typing on it, I really like the key feel, the actual key press. Let me just open up my editor here so I'm not doing something crazy. And yeah, the actual key presses themselves feel very, very good. It's not a mechanical keyboard, obviously. It's one of those ones which classes themselves as a mechanical feel. Personally, I'm not. I don't mind mechanical keyboards. I'm not particularly bothered whether or not I do or don't have one, just so long as I can get on with it, because I'm here all day typing away HTML, PHP, etc, etc. It's just, as long as it feels satisfactory to me, then that's fine. And this one, yeah, absolutely does. One of the key things which a few keyboards when I was looking at, one of the key things this one has, which a few didn't, is when they say it's a UK layout, this one is actually what I would consider to be a proper full layout. So the shift key here, I can do one of these pipes, I'm not sure what you call them, but you could like a pipe delimiter here. The actual pound sign is perfect. The enter key is full size, which is exactly what you want. And yeah, although I'm going to obviously spend a lot more time working with this, my initial feeling, very, very good. The keys are a little bit noisier, I would say, than my old keyboard, but having said that, I have had that for around about 2 years, so in all fairness, this could have changed. Or sorry, my initial keyboard could have been the same, but I don't think so. This one might be a little bit noisier. The keys are nice though, I will say. I think what I might do next is, seems to be one people like to actually see hear what the keys are like, so I will get my big microphone involved and you can hear what this actual thing is like when generally typing as you would normally. So let's go ahead and do that. So there we have it, folks. That's the YockTec ZK-P010 keyboard, which is a bit of a mouthful. But yeah, I've got to say my initial impressions are excellent of this. I love the brightness and the overall look of the RGB, especially because my old keyboard was so much simpler than this in terms of its effect. I really do think it's a very high quality unit for the price. I have used some more expensive keyboards, and yeah, although the build quality on those when you're getting around about the £100 mark is obviously another level, for around about £30 I am hard pushed to see how you can get anything any better with the flexibility that this one has and just the quality of the build, etc, etc. Now time will tell if this is actually going to last as long, how it fares in a few months. So if you want to see an update of what this is like after 3 months of essentially solid use, considering my day job is to sit here and type code out with this thing, then let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to do an update. Apart from that, I hope this has been useful. If you're generally looking for a budget sub £30 keyboard, in the UK at least, then this bad boy is well worth the money. You can probably find it cheaper on places like GearBest, I suspect. I didn't really look, I needed something quickly. This definitely gets my thumbs up anyway, and I would easily recommend it to anyone looking for a new RGB keyboard. So anyway, I hope this has been useful. Thank you very much for watching, and well, we'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta.